Imagine a courtroom where the air is thick with tension. There is no eyewitness to call to the stand. There is no signed confession from the accused. There are no hidden cameras to reveal the truth. Yet, the prosecution stands tall, claiming they have found the ultimate witness to the crime. This witness is not a person who saw the event. It is not a document found in a file. The prosecution points to a human brain, claiming its hidden signals hold the key to the mystery. This is the chilling story of Aditi Sharma, a case that sent shockwaves through legal systems worldwide. It became one of the first criminal convictions where brain mapping technology played a central role. The setting is 2007, in the bustling city of Pune, India, where life seemed ordinary for many students. 24-year-old MBA student Aditi Sharma was engaged to a fellow student named Udit Bharati. To the outside world, they were a couple, but behind closed doors, their relationship was rapidly deteriorating. Investigators later learned that Aditi had allegedly become involved with another man, Pravin Khandelwal. Prosecutors argued that the pair felt trapped and wanted Udit out of the way for good. On the 23rd of April 2007, Udit met Aditi at a local restaurant, unaware of the danger awaiting him. Shortly after their meeting, Udit became violently ill, suffering from symptoms that baffled those around him. Doctors eventually discovered the cause. He had been lethally poisoned with arsenic. Within just a few days, the young man was dead, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions. Police moved quickly to arrest Aditi Sharma and her partner, Pravin Khandelwal, as primary suspects. But the investigators faced a massive hurdle. There was no direct evidence linking them to the act. Without an eyewitness or a smoking gun, the case seemed destined to become an unresolved mystery. Desperate for a breakthrough, the police turned to a controversial new technology called BIOS. BIOS stands for Brain Electrical Oscillation Signature Profiling, often called brain fingerprinting. It was marketed as a way to peer into the mind and extract truths that the tongue refused to speak. Unlike a traditional polygraph, this test did not rely on heart rate or skin sweat to detect lies. Instead, scientists placed a cap of electrodes on Aditi's head to monitor her brain waves directly. She was then read a series of statements, each detailing specific moments from the day of the murder. The voice in the room read phrases like, "I bought arsenic," to see how her brain would respond. Other statements included, "I mixed poison in the food," to trigger a potential memory response. They even read, "I met Udit at the restaurant," to observe the electrical activity in her cortex. The theory was that if a suspect had lived through the event, their brain would react uniquely. These specific memory-related patterns were what the creators of BIOS called experiential knowledge. Investigators claimed that Aditi's brain scans showed she possessed intimate knowledge of the crime. They argued that these patterns were proof that she had personally experienced the poisoning. In 2008, a Pune Sessions Court accepted this evidence as a valid part of the prosecution's case. Aditi Sharma and Pravin Khandelwal were convicted and sentenced to life imprisonment for the murder. The verdict drew immediate global attention, as it was a rare instance of brain data deciding a fate. Legal experts and scientists watched closely, realizing the precedent this could set for future trials. However, the conviction did not silence the critics. It only amplified the growing public outcry. Scientists, lawyers, and human rights advocates raised alarms about the ethics of this procedure. The core question remained: could a machine truly read the complex nature of human memories? Critics argued that imagination could easily be mistaken for actual experience by a cold algorithm. They asked if it was fair for a person's private thoughts to be used as evidence against them. Many neuroscientists pointed out that the technology lacked sufficient, peer-reviewed scientific validation. They warned that relying on brain scans in criminal trials was a dangerous and slippery slope. The controversy continued to grow, eventually reaching the highest levels of the Indian judicial system. The Supreme Court of India took up the case to determine the constitutionality of such methods. In 2010, the court delivered a landmark judgment in the case of Selvi versus State of Karnataka. The justices ruled that involuntary brain mapping tests could not be administered without consent. They further declared that such results alone could not be treated as conclusive evidence in court. This decision effectively put a major roadblock in front of the use of neuroforensics in India. It was a significant victory for privacy advocates who feared the encroachment of technology. The judgment restricted how these techniques could be applied, protecting the rights of the accused. Today, the Aditi Sharma case is studied as a cautionary tale in modern criminal justice history. It remains one of the most controversial chapters in the intersection of law and neuroscience. The case highlights the tension between the desire for truth and the protection of civil liberties. It raised a haunting question that still echoes through courtrooms and laboratories around the world. When technology claims to read the human mind, where should the law draw the line? The debate over cognitive privacy is far from over as technology continues to advance rapidly. We must decide how much of our inner world we are willing to surrender to the justice system. Thank you for watching this deep dive into the intersection of law, science, and morality. Please subscribe to our channel and comment below on what true crime story we should cover next.